Alright gamers, we got another controller to review from our friends at Retro Fighters. It's the BattlerGC wireless controller for GameCube. Also works for Switch, Wii, and PC. Let's open this thing up, check it out, and review it. And Retro Fighters makes some great controllers. I actually reviewed their Brawler 64, Nintendo 64 controller a couple years ago and had a lot of fun with that one. Let's open the box and see what is inside here. Of course, we have the controller nicely wrapped so it doesn't get damaged in shipping. We have a little booklet. I guess this is probably the receiver that plugs into the GameCube. This is the charger, maybe. And then this is a pin that they give you as a nice little bonus. Yeah, this is the receiver that plugs into the GameCube. Mine might look a little weird because I think I have a black GameCube and this is a purple receiver, but you can get these in different colors, I believe. You can get black and purple and then whatever the other, I think it's like indigo, the third color of the GameCube is. And also inside that box was this, which is probably a dongle for your computer, I'm guessing. You just plug it into the USB slot. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look that up. I push all that aside and now I'm going to take a look at the controller, and I can tell you that it has a really good weight to it. It feels like it's a really high quality product, and the buttons have nice clicks to them, especially like the R and L buttons, and everything feels really good in your hands. For comparison, here's a standard GameCube controller and here's the BattlerGC. So they're pretty much the same size. Of course, the BattlerGC has this different design where it's not open on the bottom like this. Here's a comparison of the Wavebird, which was Nintendo's first good wireless controller, with the BattlerGC, so they're also similar size. And these two also have a similar weight to each other. Now, the one thing that the BattlerGC has over the Wavebird is that the Wavebird took batteries, whereas the BattlerGC is rechargeable. Here's a comparison of the Wavebird receiver with the Retro Fighters receiver, so you can see it's a lot smaller now. Let's take a close look at the buttons. We got the C stick and analog stick like on a typical GameCube controller. We got the D-pad right here, start, select, and home. Then we have the A, B, X, and Y buttons. Those look familiar. We have R and L, as well as ZR and ZL up top. And if you look at the back, there's these two new buttons called P1 and P2. You can actually program these buttons to do different things on this controller. Then there's also, you can change the frequency, Bluetooth or 2.5G. And then this mysterious button here, I'm not quite sure what that one does. But I think it's time to plug this into the GameCube and see how it plays. Okay, it took me a couple minutes to figure out how to get this thing to work, but there's an order you gotta do. So first thing you gotta do when you wanna set it up with your GameCube wirelessly is you hit the home button, right? Then you see the lights come on and you'll feel the vibration. Then you plug in the dongle. You gotta do it in these steps. And then it'll connect. So now when I hit start, you'll see that I'm playing Double Dash. First I was worried about this dongle not matching the color of my GameCube, but I don't know, I kind of like it now. I think it makes it stand out, it looks kind of cool. Let's start playing a race and see how the controller feels. You see I just chose Mario and Luigi here to play a sample race in Double Dash, and the buttons feel really good. The analog stick feels smooth, and it's a fun experience to play this controller on my GameCube. So to get this to work with your Switch, first thing I'm going to do is switch this to Bluetooth mode on the back here with this little switch. Then I'm going to go into System Settings, scroll all the way down to Controllers and Sensors, and make sure that your Pro Controller wired communication is turned off. Okay, now we're supposed to hold the home button down for about 5 seconds so you get those blinking lights. Then you go to Change Grip Order, hit the L and R button, and it just rumbled, and look, it just connected to my Nintendo Switch. Now let's select a game to choose to test, and I'm gonna go with Sonic Mania. I feel like that's a good classic game to play with this controller. And I will say that it's actually easier to use this controller than it is even the Joy-Cons on the side of the Switch, because it feels like my fingers aren't as crammed when I'm pushing the different buttons. And there are quite a few games on the Switch that use D-pad still, so it's nice to see that the D-pad is working really good on this controller. So if you are interested in purchasing the BattlerGC, it is on the Retro Fighters website. I believe it's $45. It's also on Amazon for $50. Nice controller for your GameCube, for your Switch, even works for your PC. Thanks for watching and hope you guys have a great day.